Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Cryptocurrency Daily. Today is Thursday, December 28th. I have Jason Kleinerman here. He's a Vertcoin community mod and a Vertcoin enthusiast. Jason's going to answer a bunch of questions for us so we can get a better understanding of what Vertcoin is, what's in their pipeline, and really just a high-level overview of Vertcoin itself. So, Jason, it's a pleasure to have you on the show.
Thanks for having me.
What is Vertcoin?
Vertcoin is a currency similar to Bitcoin or Litecoin, with the major differentiating factor being that it is committed to being an ASIC-resistant coin, which means it can only be mined by GPUs. So that means that anybody from, a kid sitting in his dorm room in New York or somebody sitting in China in their home can be mining the coin. So it can't be mined by really expensive ASIC machines.
What is ASIC in a high-level overview?
ASICs are special processors that are made specifically to do one thing, and that is to mine blockchains. They get designed to mine specific blockchains. So, for example, there are ASIC miners that are made specifically to mine the Bitcoin blockchain. And what this has created is a centralization of mining power. Basically, the processing power of Bitcoin and Litecoin and other coins of that ilk all pass through processing power that is ASICs. And the problem with ASICs is they're very, very expensive, and the people that predominantly run them tend to buy a lot of them and then put them into consolidated areas. And they end up owning all of the processing power on the coin. So when we talk about the vision of Satoshi Nakamoto being decentralized currency, where Bitcoin and Litecoin and some of these other coins kind of fail to do that is with these consolidated ASIC farms that are owned by just a handful of people that are processing all of the transactions. So with Vertcoin, they have an algorithm that is very, very, first of all, you can't easily develop an ASIC for it. And then if you were to, they're easily adjustable to make whatever ASICs that would be developed no longer workable on that blockchain. So what it does is it decentralizes the mining and the processing power of that blockchain to just the everyman. Anybody who feels like they want to get involved in mining can get involved and invest in mining equipment to mine Vertcoin. And they can rest assured that even if Vertcoin becomes the most popular cryptocurrency in the world, there will never be ASICs developed for it that only fat cats can afford to run.
What separates Vertcoin's approach to decentralization and scalability from that of other cryptos out there?
Really, that ASIC resistance thing is a huge differentiating factor. It basically means a lot of the funny business that goes on, a lot of what we've seen between the Bitcoin Cash and the mining, the debate on Segway and no Segway and block scaling and all these things. A lot of people believe originates from the fact that the big guys that are mining the coins have a lot of power over these situations. By Vertcoin being ASIC resistant, that can never happen. And then there's another thing that is kind of part of the ecosystem of Bitcoin and Litecoin and Vertcoin, which is that those three coins are all Segway enabled, which is a scalability solution for those blockchains.
Can you briefly dive into why Segway is important and an overview of the Lightning Network?
What Segway does is it makes the blocks in the blockchain more efficient, which means that they can create more processing power. And that actually creates the ability for more transactions to be processed in the future. So this is kind of like bleeding edge technology. And the development team at Vertcoin is kind of led by a guy named James Lovejoy, who works at the Digital Currency Initiative at MIT. He pretty much is hand in hand with one of the inventors of the Lightning Network. So Vertcoin is one of the first, if not the first, to enable Segway. And it pretty much gives them the ability to be on the Lightning Network, which allows for something called atomic swaps. And that means that these different coins like Bitcoin and Litecoin and Vertcoin and any other coin on these networks can swap seamlessly with very, very low fees and in almost no time without putting any stress on the block. Vertcoin, in essence, can work as a payment mechanism for Bitcoin, for example, or you can seamlessly swap within the wallet using this Lightning Network technology, which creates a scalability solution not only for Vertcoin, but for Bitcoin and Litecoin as well. So they can kind of work together in this ecosystem and process a lot more transactions using this new technology.
What are the most promising items in Vertcoin's roadmap, in your opinion?
So Vertcoin is a completely volunteer-led thing. There's no ICO, no pre-mine. It's originally a fork of Bitcoin from 2014. All of the funds have to be raised from the community. They don't have a big stack of money from the ICO that they can pay exchanges with. So one of the things they're doing right now is they're raising funds in order to work with more exchanges, and in only a matter of like a week and a half or 2 weeks, they were able to raise almost $20,000 worth of Vertcoin. So hopefully we're going to see some exchange listings soon. They are working on an AMD miner right now. home miners can mine with NVIDIA processing cards, which kind of covers maybe 50% of the processing card industry. But there's a lot of AMD card owners out there, and they've been kind of working for a while on a state-of-the-art AMD miner for AMD owners to be able to mine Vertcoin as well. And then a little further down the road, they're going to release an iOS wallet, but then eventually they're going to release a Lightning Swap-enabled wallet for Vertcoin, where you're going to be able to write within the wallet, switch over to Bitcoin, switch over to Litecoin almost seamlessly and with very, very low fees. And that's going to be really, really exciting for kind of the future of payments on the blockchain, cryptocurrencies and peer-to-peer payment industry.
Where do you see Vertcoin in 1 year from now?
Vertcoin's community has been growing like kind of exponentially for a while. I mean, for a smaller market cap coin or a mid cap coin, it already has 68,000 followers on the Twitter. It has 30,000 members on the Vertcoin subreddit and over 12,000 people in the Discord. I think the community will continue to grow kind of organically the way it has grown. The volunteer dev team has been adding some members recently, some in the Asian markets and things like that. And I think that team will continue to grow in strength and number. And I just think that as Bitcoin shows that there's a lot of volatility around the mining interests that are out there, people are going to look for an alternative. And I think that Vertcoin is the number one ASIC resistant coin in the marketplace right now. And when you pair that with the cutting edge technology, I mean, they're really right at the forefront at the digital currency initiative with James over there and the sophisticated work that they're doing. As people realize the power of this technology, I think that they'll continue to gain market share and become a real kind of, let's say, little brother to Bitcoin the way that Litecoin has become. So I definitely think that there's a lot of room for growth. And I think that for the mining community, it's definitely the best option. If you want to mine something that's a pure currency that will be around for a while and that, you know, you can feel good about getting behind a truly decentralized currency, like this is the currency to be mining. So I think it's going to be a very exciting year. I think 2018 is going to be the year where Vertcoin really kind of claims its place.
How can crypto enthusiasts or anybody even new to the realm engage with Vertcoin?
The social media venues where it really, as I mentioned before, Twitter just at Vertcoin, Reddit r/Vertcoin, and the Discord. And you can pretty much find the links to all three of them right on the website, vertcoin.org. And you'll find a lot of great other information there that you can get into. It's a really fun community. It's a big community. It's a really positive community. There's not a lot of trolling that goes on. Everybody likes to have a lot of fun. And it's a great way to kind of get involved in a kind of grassroots movement that really wants to get rid of the middleman, get rid of the banks, get rid of the quasi mining banks, and just have it be like a currency by the people for the people in the true mold of what Satoshi Nakamoto intended when he originally said that, you know, this is going to be a decentralized currency. You know, Vertcoin is really the one that most embodies that out of all these currencies. And it's really exciting to be a part of it.
Great. So the links to Discord, Twitter, and so on, those can all be found on Vertcoin's website. Is that right? And if so, what's the website link?
The website link is vertcoin.org. And yeah, you'll find the Reddit and the Discord link there. And the Twitter is just at Vertcoin.
All right, Jason, thank you so much for giving us your insight. I think that it's really valuable, and I'm really excited to share it with the entire community. So again, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, thank you for having us on. I mean, I'm just a community member that I'm just really passionate about Vertcoin, but this is the type of a community it is. Everybody can have a chance. Anybody who wants to talk about it and is passionate about it talks about it. So appreciate you guys having us on and hearing about the beauty of Vertcoin.
Thanks, Jason.